We're going to California. Amy, you're up.
All right, thank you. Michael, it's so good to listen to you. As someone who studied and was involved in international development a long time ago, I'm really curious what was, and it still continues to be possibly most surprising about entering this world and what, what did you think was going to happen? What was really different? And what would you like to change?
How I got involved. So I mentioned the story right at the start. How, I recognized that this was something I wanted to contribute to, grateful for the opportunities I had in Australia. Like many people on this call, and, like the question, we tended to think about charity, not investment. And what I found is many people who are involved in this space often go for a similar process, right? Thinking this is about charity, and then you're like, wait, this is more systemic. And so what did I do? Well, I thought, okay, if this is about extended school opportunities, let's build schools, right? This was 2006. I didn't have many superpowers, as you heard. In events, academic, and sports, my strengths were few and far between. But one thing which I did find I was good at was shamelessly asking people to give stuff away for free. And so I went to my local supermarket. I went to like McDonald's, the equivalent of Starbucks, and I just asked for anything. I said, listen, I'm going to organize a quiz night at my old school. Will you chip in? Will you contribute all this stuff? And we did all these raffles. We did this quiz night. This was the first thing I ever did. And we raised about $1,000, which we donated to build this school, right? And of course, we went over and we looked at this school, and in some ways it's great. Oh, these bricks, this happened because of our donations. And then I was like, well, hold on a sec. Who's paying the teacher's salary? Who's paying those teachers' salaries 365 days a year? Who's paying to put the meals on the table at lunchtime? Because for many of these children, that's the only healthy, nutritious meal they will get. And then if their parents get sick or something else happens, tragedy, where is the social safety net? Where is the healthcare system? And then when you apply this to every single community, that's where I was like, wow, okay, this isn't about charity, because I could be the best fundraiser in the world. I could raise millions of dollars in a year, and it's a drop in the ocean, because the UN estimate that it's going to cost about $100 billion a year to end extreme poverty. And for me, that's where I got interested in, well, what is systemic change? And then how do we actually shift policy, galvanize politicians? Because if politicians are, licking their finger, putting it out in the wind, looking at which way the wind is blowing, how do we direct this and say, listen, there's a visible constituency of support? So that was, for me, the biggest shift that really took place. And it was something that really struck a chord with me when I discovered at the same time this speech from Nelson Mandela in 2005. He said, ending extreme poverty is not an act of charity, it's an act of justice. Poverty is man-made, and it can be eradicated by the actions of human beings.